who have won accolades in their respective fields, provides me feeling of tremendous contentment. Before we begin this workshop, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every individual who contributed sincerely for the accomplishment of the event. Without their valuable support, this event would have been very similar to the situation of finding a needle in the stack of hay. Algebra, an intellectual instrument, was created to render the quantitative aspects of the world, as stated by Alfred North Whitehead. Algebra is not just a part of mathematics, it is the soul of mathematics. The workshop provides an online platform to UG, PG, PhD students as well as faculty members to learn and discuss various applications of algebra and linear algebra in different fields of science and engineering by our eminent experts. So I ensure that the workshop will be profitable and fruitful for everyone present here. So thank you very much. Now I request Dr. Swati Sudha, Assistant Professor, HSSM, NIT Jamshedpur, to proceed for further session. So please, Mr. Swati.
Good morning, all of you. So, as we begin with the workshop, we are honored to have Professor Ashish Srivastava as our chief guest for this event. I cordially welcome Professor Srivastava, St. Louis University, United States of America. We are very thankful to you, sir. You took the time out from your busy schedule, especially during the late night hours in the United States of America. To begin, Professor Srivastava has obtained Masters in Mathematics and Computer Applications from IIT Delhi. He has also done his doctorate from Ohio University, Athens, Ohio, under the supervision of distinguished Professor S.K. Jain. Dr. Ashish is a professor of mathematics at St. Louis University. His research interest includes non-commutative algebra, combinatorics, and mathematical physics. He has published more than 40 research papers in highly recognized journals. He has published 2 research monographs, one from Oxford University Press and the other under London Math Society Lecture Notes series of Cambridge University Press. His research is partially funded by Simmons Foundation grant. Professor Srivastava is keenly interested in the issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion in universities and human rights academies. He is an active member of American Mathematics Society Committee on Human Rights of Mathematics. He has supervised 3 PhD dissertations and have collaborated with 30 different mathematicians from all over the world. I request you, sir, to enlighten the audience with your precious words as we begin with the workshop. Please, sir.
Well, thank you for your kind words. And thank you, Rakesh, and to the members of the organizing committee for letting me be part of this workshop. I'm honored to be a part of this workshop. Don't get a chance to speak to students, so it gives me immense pleasure to be able to communicate to you. Now, mathematics in general and algebra in particular is extremely useful in other disciplines of science and industry. By the end of the workshop, I'm sure everyone will be convinced even more. But I have a different point to make very briefly, that while we cherish all the applications in industry and real life, we must also remember that the ultimate goal of mathematics is pursuit of truth and beauty, right? So what might look like an abstract algebraic structure, not even remotely connected to real life, will turn out to be useful someday. Most of the technological advancements which have altered the way humans live, they actually started as, if I borrow the phrase of Abraham Flexner, the founding director of Institute of Advanced Study Princeton, this began as some sort of useless fooling around of ideas, right? So, so keeping that in mind, I hope that you all have a good and productive time in this workshop, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your invaluable words and thoughts, which has enlightened the audience. Thank you for taking time from your busy schedule to be with us. And we actually request you for our further workshops and STCs, FDPs, if conducted in our organization, in our institute, either in offline mode and online mode. We would love to listen to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now actually we have honored to have our honorable guest, Professor P.N. Pandey, ex-Vice Chancellor, Nehru Gram Bharati University, Prayagraj. But actually, to begin with, I would first like to convey the message of Professor Pandey, because he could not join us as he's suffering from high fever, but he has wished all the participants and the coordinators of the event good luck for all the future endeavors as well as the grand success to this program. But I would like to mention about the brief biosketch of Professor P.N. Pandey, as he is not able to join us, but the audience must know what actually the eminent specialty he is from. He has done BSc from Department of Mathematics, University of Allahabad. He was designated as the head of the department in two incumbent periods, 2013 and 16 respectively. He was also the Vice Chancellor of Nehru Gram Bharati University, Prayagraj. Not only this, Dr. Pandey has research experience of 42 years and teaching experience of 32 years. He has supervised 27 PhD students and has published 139 research papers in different reputed journals. Most importantly, he is the founder, fellow, and general secretary of International Academy of Physical Sciences. Unfortunately, because of his illness, he could not join. So I have already conveyed the message which he has sent to the coordinators. I will move to our third guest, who is Professor Vinay Kumar. It is our great pleasure that we would like to welcome you, sir. Professor Vinay Kumar is an ex-scientist E and Technical Director, National Informatics Center, Government of India. Professor Kumar has done his Masters of Computer Applications from Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, and doctorate from Delhi University. He has worked as ex-scientist E and Technical Director for National Informatics Center, Government of India. He had also served the position of Dean and Professor in RIP New Delhi. Last but not the least, he is the founder of DHEI Research Foundation, New Delhi. He has published several research papers in reputed journals. His research paper entitled Proof of Bill's Conjecture and Fermat's Last Theorem Using Contra-Positive Method was published in iManager's Journal on Mathematics in 2018 in view of the fact that so many eminent mathematicians were unable to prove Fermat's last theorem. Congratulations, sir, for this great achievement. He has published two books, one in history and the other is Discrete Mathematics. I would like to take this opportunity to do the honors. I request you, sir, to kindly address the audience. Sir,
Thank you. Thank you. I hope I am audible.
yes, sir, you are very much audible.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Swati ma'am, for just introducing me in such a illustrious way. So thank you very much. And good morning to all the participants. And I would like to start with the Professor Pandey has not come. I wish him the speedy recovery from his the high fever. So respected Professor P.N. Pandey, who is not here, the ex-Vice Chancellor, Professor Ashish Srivastava, Professor Shivdat Kumar, the MN NIT, Dr. Nutan Tomar, IIT Patna, Professor T. Mandal, Professor R.V. Sharma, Dr. Sunil Kumar, Professor K.K. Shukla, Director NIT Jamshedpur, Dr. Mahendra Kumar Gupta, and a special thank to Dr. Ratnesh Kumar Mishra for making me a part of this beautiful event organized by the NIT Jamshedpur. Just see the beauty of mathematics, the application of algebra in the science and engineering. Who could have thought that the concept of the Fourier transform, the beautiful equation, would have enabled us to talk in this the web platform. They are sitting at the comfort of your house or the drawing room or in the office, or maybe even on the walking in your car, driving or traveling in your car, and we all are connected. Thanks to that transform which enables the network communication, the modulation of, so this is the one of the visible and the practically used application of the mathematics, its equation in the daily life. Another, the what we are visualizing these days during this COVID period, so many applications. But I will start with this statement that the nature is innately mathematical, and she speaks to us in the language of mathematics. We only need to listen it, capture the concept, visualize it, and give it a shape for the further application and its implementation. Because nature is mathematical, any science that intends to describe nature is completely dependent on mathematics. Carl Friedrich Gauss called mathematics the queen of the science. Mathematics plays a pivotal role among the sciences, being an indispensable tool to so many other facets of the science. Its particular interpretation of the scientific method. Today, just confining the entire thing to the today's world, we are talking about the ICT and so on. The one of the vivid application is the cyber security and the cyber crime, which has become buzzwords in the ICT. ICT stands for the information communication and technology, information communication technology these days. The mechanism used to control these crimes and provide security against these crimes is based completely on mathematics. The entire world of crypto system, encryption, decryption, and the key is based on the modern algebra. The coding, decoding, which is based on the group algebra. The application of modern algebra is not limited to the world of the encryption and decryption. Let us take the case of the object-oriented technology. The very concept, I hope most of you are aware about the computer science, the Java programming, the C++, and so on, which has evolved basically. Yeah, the very concept of the data hiding, the inheritance, the constructor, destructor, object derivation, all this polymorphism visualization, it is a very much borrowed from the concept of the mathematical structures, like the group wired, semi-group, monowired group, abelian group, etc. and so on. Recently, one of the branch of the mathematics like the fuzzy set, we'll discuss in our lecture on the 16th, which is assigned to me, the evolution of the computer, the digital electronics from the basic concept of the set. How it is giving the concept of from the binary world of the basic computer science which we are dealing to the multi-level. So this is another application of this algebra. Today we are talking about the data science, the machine language, machine learning, the artificial intelligence, fuzzy logic. All are the beautiful example of the application of this mathematics and the particular of the modern algebra in the science, particularly in the IT. Particularly in the IT. Who could have imagined, just suppose if we go back to the 50 years, 60 years, 100 years, who could have imagined that the basic concept of the set, like the basic elements belonging to a set and not belonging to a set, would give the concept of the binary world and can lead to the development of the current level of the digital electronics, where we are talking about this is the all this, the chips, i7, i9 supercomputer, and so on, and the massive computing environment. That's the beautiful, what the evolved. But that time, very few could have just imagined this one. But this has happened, and it is not only that it is improving day by day. Just take the example of the fuzzy logic. How it is giving shape to the quantum computing multi-level. Instead of using the circuit to hold only 0 or 1, it can hold the multiple bits. That is the probability of the belongingness. And I hope this entire thing will be deliberated during this 5 days, the FDP, Faculty Development Program. And I wish all the participants, whether it's the students, whether it's the faculty member, who is the teacher, who will be delivering the lectures during this 5 days, I wish them all the best and all the success to the beautifully organized this FDP. Thank you. Thank you very much to the organizers, and wish all the success for this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for invaluable words. Before switching to our next guest, I would like to welcome our director, sir, first. He has joined the event. Sir, thank you, sir, for joining the event. Now I'm switching over to our guest, Professor Shiv Dutt Kumar. I heartily welcome you, sir, Professor Shiv Dutt Kumar, who is from Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology, Allahabad, Prayagraj. I owe my sincere and heartfelt gratitude to sir for his valuable suggestions, discussions, and constant encouragement to his disciples for academic achievements. Professor Dutt has achieved his doctorate from HRI Allahabad, Prayagraj under the supervision of distinguished Professor Ramji Lal and Professor Satya Mandal Kansas, University from United States of America. He has served as the head in the Department of Mathematics, Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology. Currently, he is the professor in the Department of Mathematics at MNNIT Allahabad, Prayagraj. He is shouldering the responsibility of chief warden in the institute out of many responsibilities. Till date, he has supervised 9 PhD students. He has published 37 research papers in SCI and Scopus journals and 17 research papers in national and international conferences. He has visited 13 countries for academic purposes. His achievements does not end here. He has successfully completed 2 projects, one from NDHM and the other from DST in 2014. He has also worked as visiting scientist at the Johann Radan Institute for Computational and Applied Mathematics, Linz, Austria in 2006. He received Mathematics Research Fellowship at the Abdus Salam International Center for Theoretical Physics, Sicily, Italy in 2004, 8, and 9. Now I request you, sir, to speak his invaluable words and thoughts about his endeavors and experiences. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for kind introduction. Good morning to everyone. First of all, I thank everyone to be present here. Professor K.K. Shukla, Director of NIT Jamshedpur. Professor P.N. Pandey, who is not present due to illness. It's my beloved teacher from Allahabad University. Professor Tarani Mandal, Dean SW, and my friend, Professor Ashish Srivastava from St. Louis University. Professor Binay Kumar, Professor Nutan Kumar Tomar, Professor R.V. Sharma, Dr. Sunil Kumar, Head of Department, Dr. Ratnesh Mishra, Convener of this workshop, and Mahend Kumar Gupta, Coordinator, and all the delegates, invited speakers, distinguished faculty members, guests, and dear students. First of all, I congratulate Convener Dr. Ratnesh Mishra and his team for this workshop. I thank him for giving me an opportunity to speak as a guest during this inaugural function. Higher education and innovative research in all fields of science and technology are recognized as major drivers of social and economic development. With the growth of scientific and technical development, it is necessary to have such platforms which provides exposure of the recent development to young generations. Mathematics is the basis of all fields of science and technology. Many of the breakthrough scientific inventions which found tremendous technological applications in later stages emerged from fundamental mathematical principles. The advent of high-speed digital computers has been a boon to the engineers and technologists for solving complex problems arising from mathematical modeling and simulation of practical system. Mathematics is everywhere in our life, but many applications are not visible for the normal public. Dean Silesius has said, go down deep into anything, you will find mathematics. Technology uses digital communications in which satellites play a key role, and at the back of technology, the driving force is the coding theory, where the finite fields are used, which is a part of abstract algebra. In public communication, cryptography is used for protecting information transmitted through public communication. In cryptography, large prime numbers and Euler theorems are used, which is generalization of Fermat's theorem. Finite element method is an important tool to solve industrial problems related to both linear and nonlinear design studies arising in high-tech engineering research. Solar systems are governed by mathematical laws. It is exactness of mathematics which enables us to calculate accurately large distances between the stars and planets and to measure the magnitude of size of atoms or nanomaterials. These are some glimpses of applications of mathematics. In GPS, mathematics of spherical geometry is used. In cancer treatments, mathematics is involved through optimal number of optimal size helmets. In many mathematics places, mathematics is most preferred subject. To show the importance, mathematics building in Princeton University and Moscow University is the tallest building. Mathematics is rough, boisterous, and fearful on the surface, but having precious pearls and genes of the purest race seen at the bottom. So these are some mathematics words. Now, before there are still many open problems which are and I also like mention that we have a field medal which is recognized as a Nobel Prize of Mathematics, and it is given. It is more valuable because it is given after 4 years only. So, but recently 2 Indians have got Indian of origin, not Indian citizen, Manjul Bhargav from Princeton University and Akshay Ventesh from Stanford University. They are Indian origin, but no Indian till have got this award till now. So this is also one concern. Like we have 1/6 of the whole world population is India. there are still some problems, like two open problems, which are very often very easy to state, like twin prime conjecture. So, like twin primes are infinite, like 3, 5, 11, 13, 17, 19, like this. So they are infinite. There's no, it's still open. Goldbach's conjecture, like even every even integer greater than 2 can be expressed as a sum of two prime numbers, like 4 is 2 plus 2, 6 is 3 plus 3, and 8 is 3 plus 5, and so on. So this is a still open problem. So there are several open problems given in InterSAT where people can solve, and $10 million in prizes, $1 million prizes has been announced for this. Before I close, I have to we have to see that now new education policy has been announced, and now we have various concerns about this. Like now education system is now evolving, and we have to change ourselves. Now so new education pencil announced by government is truly visionary in nature. Big changes in school and higher education are that a single regulator of higher education institutions, like Higher Education Commission of India, will be set up as a single body for entire higher education, exempting medical and legal education. UGC, ACTI, and NCT will be replaced by this Higher Education Commission. India with 4 departments. One is like NHERC, National Higher Education Regulatory Council. Another is Higher Education Grant Council, which will give finance and salary, etc. Another is NAC, National Accreditation Council, and this will like grading, etc. This will give grades to the different institutes. And another is General Education Council, GEC. So these 4, all the higher education system will come under these. So now undergraduate degree will be either 3 or 4 years with multiple exit and multiple entry options. So now we have a challenge to now revise our syllabus, because after 1 year student may leave, so we have to give him certificate. After 2 years we have to give diploma. So then we have to revise syllabus. What should be the syllabus for 2 years degree, diploma, and then 3 year students, like those who can leave after 3 years after taking BTech degree or BSc degree or BA degree, bachelor's degree, and then after 4 years we have to then bachelor's degree with research. So now we have a challenge to how to revise our syllabus and etc. So now this is one of the new concern. Now in now this MPhil has been discontinued. Now board examinations have also low stakes. There will be maybe two times examination, board examinations, to decrease pressure on students. Single common interest examinations for all the university. So schooling will start at the age of 3 now. Now NAP, National Education Policy, recommends the mother tongue as a medium instructions, but not make compulsory. A special focus on National Research Foundation, because the innovation is one of the most important parts of the country to progress. Now also that master degree will be of 1 year, and 1 year for 4 year bachelor students, and 2 years for 3 years bachelor students. Now we have to revise our master syllabus also. Moving towards multidisciplinary higher education system, universities, colleges, and with more higher education institutions with medium of instructions in local and Indian languages, with institutional graded autonomy will come. Now music, arts, literature department in philosophy, dance, theater, education, mathematics, aesthetics, pure applied sciences department, sociology, economics, sports will be introduced. Now arts students can also take mathematics in any branch, because there will be free education to opt anything. So now we have to also revise our syllabus so that these social sciences or economic students can opt to 1 or 2 papers from this. So by 2030, the aim is to increase gross enrollment ratio in higher education which is 26.3% in 2018 to 50% by 2035. Sanskrit will be streamlined. We have to give because Sanskrit is a very one of the most beautiful language, and it was like ignored till now. So we have to, it will be streamlined. Vocational skills to be taught, and coding to be coding and other subjects which will train our students for employment. Vocational courses, etc., will start from class 10. Now there will be no rigid separation between arts and science curriculum. Internship will be included from class 6 with local trades or craft. So IITs and NITs to follow holistic approach and multidisciplinary education with more arts and humanities as per the new education policy. Now academic bank of credit ABC will be set up, which will digitally store the academic credits earned by the students. Now 10+2 system will be divided into 5+3+3+4 format. Now multiple entry and exit system with the help of academic bank of credits, multiple entries and exit system will be introduced in the higher education sector. Foreign colleges can be set up in the India. Only top 50 or 100 colleges will be allowed to set up in this college. Earlier also there was option, but earlier they have to give some lot of deposit money, but they were not coming too much. But now government has eased up this, and only top 50 ranked institute can open their campuses in India. Expenditure also, that expenditure on education will be changed from to 6% of the total GDP. It is around 4% till now. Public and private higher education institutions will be governed by the same set of norms and regulations. Government will phase out affiliation of colleges in 15 years and stage-wise mechanism to be established in granting grades autonomy to the college. There is also so much emphasis on digital and tech, because we are going into the hybrid mode. Now we have to have to teach our syllabus, some online and some offline. So we have to revise our syllabus, what we can teach online, what we have to. Now teachers, till now we have a teacher-centric approach, but now it will go to learner-centric approach. Teacher has to come, now teaching has to become outcome-based. Every lecture outcome should be clear to students and teacher both. One has to check and verify that outcomes are met or not. COVID situation has also forced us to design blended mode of courses. How much to teach offline and so on. So means this is another challenge for teachers. Online teaching must be very crystal clear so that less interaction is needed. How to prepare online lectures so that students can learn themselves. Online teaching is more challenging than classroom teaching. Disciplinary level knowledge has been converted into multidisciplinary. Courses of other subjects are also being revised. The other branches students may take math courses, economics, political science, social science students can take 1 or 2 mathematics courses. So we have to design these courses. So, and our concern is how to attack them for these math courses. Mathematics is very important for every branch of science or humanities also. The role of teacher is become more and more challenging now. He is not just a subject teacher or expert. Teacher is becoming a very important agency now. Much more accountability on teacher will be coming. Teacher has to prove to the authority that learners are learning, and freedoms will come from accountability only. Graded accreditation will come, and autonomy will be given. If you have a higher grade, then you have more autonomy. Otherwise, autonomy will not be there. So these are few words from new education policy, and these are the concern, and these are we have to challenge for ourselves to revise our syllabus and train our students to face the new world. I thank Ratnesh Misra and Tarani Mandalji and Professor K.K. Shukla for being present and for their presence and doing this good job. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, sir, for your invaluable words and experiences you share to the audience. Now I would like to cordially welcome the honorable guest, Dr. Nutan Kumar Tomar from Indian Institute of Technology, Patna. Dr. Tomar has obtained his master's degree in science and Doctor of Philosophy from IIT Roorkee. He has received DAAD Research Fellow from Department of Engineering Mathematics, University of Beirut, Germany in 2008. Currently, he is an associate professor in the Department of Mathematics, IIT Patna. He has successfully completed 2 projects from CSIR New Delhi in 2014 and from NPOL DRDO in 2017. He has supervised 5 PhD students and 3 MTech students and has published 26 research papers in SCI Scopus journals and 14 research papers in conference proceedings. He is an active member of different professional bodies like, to mention, Indian Mathematical Society and Indian Society of Industrial and Applied Mathematics. We are thankful to you, sir, for giving us the valuable time from your busy schedule. I would like to invite you, sir, to kindly address the audience. Sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. You are audible. One more achievement I would like to mention about, sir, that Dr. Tomar has received the Best Teacher Award in 2017 in IIT Patna.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Trying to mention it, sir, but the audience must know about it. Thank you, sir, and congratulations.
Okay.
We are honored to listen to you. Yes, sir.
Honorable Director, Professor Shukla, Professor Sivdat ji, Professor R.V. Sharma, Professor Mandal, Professor Srivastava, Professor Vinay Kumar, dear colleagues, students and friends, good morning. Indeed, it is a great pleasure for me to be here with you today at this conference opening ceremony. I want to extend my sincere appreciation to the organizers for organizing this conference to provide a platform for sharing knowledge and experiences contributed by algebra experts from different parts of the country and abroad. Friends, algebra is one of the main parts of mathematics. It starts with elementary arithmetic rules, and then abstractions make it more powerful. We can solve hundreds of thousands of problems at the same time with the power of abstraction. A different topic like number theory, geometry, algebraic topology, and linear algebra make algebra more practical and professional. We will see several applications of these fields in coming week. If we look at the history, the idea of algebra came from an Arabic book, Al-Kitab Al-Muqtashar Fi Hishab Al-Jabr wal-Muqabala, that is written by Al-Khwarizmi in 9th century. The word Al-Jabr in the title of this book is the source of the origin of name algebra. The English translation of this book's title is The Compendious Book on Calculation by Completion and Balancing. See here, I believe that completion means moving the quantities from one side of the equation to other, and balancing is nothing but the cancellation algebraic rules. See, the idea of calculation by such completion and balancing is much older than the time of Al-Khwarizmi. We can find many references that the book by Al-Khwarizmi is Arabic translation of the book Brahmasputa Siddhanta, written by Indian mathematician Brahmagupta in the 7th century, I think 6th or 7th century. In 20th century, the work done by great mathematician Ramanujan is well known to the world. See, the reason for providing these two examples is that I wanted to reflect on the significance of what we have done in the past in algebra. And I am really encouraging those who are relatively young researchers to have ideas from this conference that will benefit your capacity building. With this, thank you again. I look forward to a productive week this week. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your experience, sharing your experiences and invaluable thoughts to the audience. Now, I would like to welcome Professor Sakti Mandal, sir, Dean Student Welfare from our institute, to share his invaluable thoughts to the audience.
Thank you, Swati. Good morning to all. It is my pleasure, privilege to say a few words on the application of algebra in science and engineering. Workshop organized by Department of Mathematics. On the behalf of the department, I would like to express my sincere thanks to our Honorable Director, Dr. K.K. Shukla. Without his guidance and support, it was not possible to organize this event. My sincere thanks goes to convener Dr. R.K. Mishra, coordinator Dr. M.K. Gupta, and also chairperson of the workshop Dr. S. Kumar, head Department of Mathematics. Now I would like to say on the main 3 points. The first one is how algebra is used in science, what is the main purpose of algebra, and where algebra is used in real life. The first, how is algebra used in science? Mathematics is used in physical science to calculate the measurements of objects and their characteristics, as well as to show the relationship between different functions and properties. Algebra is used to show relationship before the measured number are used for calculation. The next point, what is the main purpose of algebra? The main goal of algebra is to develop fluency in working with linear equations. The student will extend their experiences with the tables, graphs, and equations and solve the linear equation and inequalities and system of linear equations and inequalities. And the last, where algebra is used in real life, the numbers and equations gifted by algebra are frequently used in almost everywhere in this world. Take for example, you are out of grocery shopping. Now the addition and subtractions are the only source to help you keep yourself busted with the items in the cart. At the last, I am convinced that the workshop will be very fruitful to our participants, faculty members, and the students. This is a great opportunity for the mathematical community to interact. I once again wish the great success to this workshop. Thank you.
Sir, now thank you, sir, for your thoughts and experiences you shared to the audience. Now, I request Dr. Sunil Kumar, chairperson of the workshop and the head of the department in the of mathematics in our institute, to kindly address the workshop.
Very good morning to all of you. You all are most welcome in this memorable occasions to most honorable respected director Professor K.K. Shukla, honorable chief guest Professor P.N. Pandey, and other distinguished speakers, respected deans, all HODs, colleagues, and all dear participants. It is a great joy and satisfaction that Department of Mathematics NIT Jamshedpur is organizing 5-day online workshop on applications of algebra in science and engineering under the leadership of Dr. Ratnesh Kumar Misra. The Department of Mathematics is one of the leading departments of the institute. The Department of Mathematics offers PhD programs in various disciplines of pure and applied mathematics, MSc in mathematics, in addition to this supporting compulsory basic courses of engineering mathematics of all BTech programs. The Department of Mathematics comprises of highly competent faculty members, including 1 professor, 3 associate professors, and 7 newly joined young and very dynamic assistant professors. Each faculty is actively engaged in research and teaching. The department has 7 sponsored research projects to its credit, funded by DST, NBHM, SARB, and DRDO agencies. Recently, Department of Mathematics has completed 1 international research project on COVID-19 mathematical modeling of the pandemic coronavirus outbreak through fractional derivative with collaborations of Ajman University, Ajman, UAE. Further, I'm happy to inform you that the Department of Mathematics is going to start another international major research project entitled A Modeling-Based Study on Infectious Deadly Disease Models by using fractional derivative with collaboration of Ajman University, UAE. Apart from teaching and research, faculty members of the department are actively involved in administration, training, and other extra activities for all-round development of the institute. Today is the special day. We are happy to organize this workshop. I'm thanking very much to our honorable respected director, Professor K.K. Shukla sir, for his continuous support and guidance to our department. To conclude my remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thanks to the all participants of this workshop, Applications of Algebra in Science and Engineering. I wish to all the best to the organizers to make this workshop again success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I profusely overjoyed to take the opportunity to invite our Honorable Director, Sir, Professor Karunesh Kumar Shukla, who acted as a bulwark of motivation for all of us by sharing his expertise, knowledge, and values in every possible way. I would like to request Sir to kindly enlighten us with his invaluable thoughts and words.
Good morning. Thank you, Swati, for giving me this opportunity to interact with the galaxy of mathematicians. So let me begin. Professor Binay Kumar, Professor Sivdat Kumar, Professor Nitin Tomarji, Professor Ashish Srivastava, other distinguished speakers from outside the camp, NIT Jamshedpur, my fellow colleagues at NIT, Professor Tarni Mandal, Dean Student Welfare, Dr. Sunil Kumar, Head Mathematics, faculty members of Mathematics Department of NIT Jamshedpur, other faculty colleagues, dear participants, a warm welcome and good morning to all of you. In fact, this has been the new normals to interact with the experts and fellow colleagues on through online rather than having face-to-face meeting. Let me begin my speech. Already I joined late, a bit late. I was listening to Professor Binay Kumar. He was talking about some quantum computing. This is the call of the day. And in fact, for growth, this quantum computing is very much required. Dr. Sivdat, Professor Sivdat talked about almost all aspects of mathematics, and in fact, he detailed the new education policy 2020 also, and need of the implementation of new education policy 2020. There too, he referred the mathematics, use of mathematics, or integration of mathematics, or synergizing mathematics with new education policy. Similarly, Professor Nitin Tomarji, let me first congratulate you for being awarded as the best teacher of IIT Patna in 2017. My heartfelt congratulations to you, Professor Tomar, and definitely I will love to interact with you, because being a teacher, this is the greatest prize which we can receive. We can publish number of papers, we can supervise so many PhDs, we can do some projects, but unless until we are recognized by our teaching skill, of no use. So being primarily a teacher, I must congratulate you, and I wish that you grow beyond any bounds and boundaries. This is my wishes to you. You talked about the history of algebra in detail, and of course, being an engineer, I am the man of solid mechanics, and I know I have used mathematics in my PhDs, and thereafter my research. Till date, I am using Chebyshev polynomials for discretizing the differential equations. So this way, I can claim with a proper excuse that I'm a quarter or half mathematician, not full. So let me begin that being an engineer, that we call and we say that mathematics is the language of engineers. Engineering professor we cannot do anything without the use of mathematics, be it theoretical research, be it experimental research. What we do when we teach the students, we say that we have the physical problem at our kitty. Whatever the problem right now, Dr. Sunil was talking about the pandemic, modeling of the infectious disease and all those things. So whatever you have in and around you, the real world problem, we try to solve it. What do we do theoretically? First of all, by, of course, assuming certain behavioral properties of those physical system and implying certain constants to the best of feasibility, we try to make the mathematical model of the physical problem. And most of the mathematical model which we make in engineering, be it solid mechanics, be it fluid mechanics, be it heat transfer, or electrical engineering, or electronics wave propagation, whatsoever. So most of the physical problems we can categorize into broadly two categories. Thereon we can have subcategories: initial value problems and boundary value problems. Boundary value problems, again, we can have fixed boundary value problems, moving boundary value problems. And whatever these problems, IBPs or BVPs, we try to categorize, try to make, we land into certain sort of equations. Some cases we can have simple algebraic equations, linear algebraic equations, we can have non-linear algebraic equations, or we can have ordinary differential equations, or partial differential equations, or uncoupled, coupled, linear, non-linear, so on. There are different categories. So ultimately what we do it, we as an engineer, then we look back to the mathematicians for the solution. Because every physical problem is converted to a mathematical problem. And that too in terms of certain equations, algebraic or non-algebraic equations in terms of differential equations. Ultimately, why I'm talking of the importance of this algebra in science and engineering, that even though I know someone was talking about finite element method, I have extensively used finite element method in my research, that what we do it, even though using finite element method or boundary element method or finite difference method or boundary volume method, whatever those methods they are, we convert our differential equations, whether it is ODEs or PDEs, in terms of the linear algebraic equations. And ultimately, algebraic equations we cast in matrix forms and we try to solve it, because using the matrix solver is the easy one to have it, and it can be easily programmed. So ultimately, we as engineers dealing in any branch of engineering land up our problem to a solution of algebraic equations. And their friends will look back to you for getting the solution. Still, please correct me. I know that there are certain problems in getting the exact solutions of certain nonlinear algebraic problems or nonlinear different PDEs. Believe me, we solve a real life problem using finite element method, but if we are able to solve it using theory of elasticity approach, which involves high-end mathematics, it's more valued. So this is the challenge for you mathematician, the galaxy of mathematicians. I'm sitting online in front of the galaxy of mathematicians, that this is the challenge for you people to find out the solution of real life problems back to the closed form solutions, exact solution. We mathematicians, we as engineers, we are trying to have the approximate solutions using some numerical tools. But the challenge for you is to find out certain closed form solutions too. Though this approximate methods based finite element or finite difference methods, this was originated by mathematician only. So I'm very much confident that with the galaxy of mathematicians we are having in the panel, and they will be talking about different topics of mathematics, be quantum computing, Boolean algebra, cryptography, whatsoever it is. The participants, particularly the research students and the PG students, and of course the faculty members, will be immensely benefited. And as Dr. Tomar has rightly said, that don't sit back idle. Whatever you learn, you listen, you try to implement it, try to interact with, have a better synergy between the galaxy of the experts, so that we can come up with some solutions, mathematical solutions to some real life problems. With these words, I congratulate the organizers, particularly Dr. Misra and Dr. Mahendra Gupta, for organizing this conference, this webinar, certain webinar of applications of algebra in science and engineering under the leadership of Dr. Sunil, Dr. Mandal, Dr. Raman. I hope that mathematics department, as Sunil has rightly pointed out, that this is the one of the leading department of NIT Jamshedpur in terms of the research, teaching, and having the externally funded projects. So I'm very glad, as a director of the institute, I'm glad to be here, that they are organizing a conference, a webinar, certain course webinar on algebra in science and engineering. And I wish that they will continue to do in future also. With these, I welcome the dignitaries, the galaxy of experts who have joined us from outside the institute to this campus of NIT Jamshedpur in online mode. And I wish that we will interact with you, having a cup of tea across the table in near future. Let us pray and wish that the situation improves, and we can have you at NIT Jamshedpur, and we can discuss some mathematical problem with a cup of tea across the table. So with these words, I thank you, Professor Binay, Professor Tomar, Professor Shivdutt, for giving your valuable time and blessing us, in fact, with your wisdom of mathematics. I congratulate Sunil, Kami, Mandalji, Ratnesh, and Mahendra for organizing this webinar. I wish a great success for this webinar. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for always being a source of inspiration in academic career for the growth and acceleration of the institute. And now I would like to invite Dr. the coordinator of this workshop, for delivering vote of thanks. Sir.
अरे महेंद्र जी देखिए आपका स्पीकर ऑफ है.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I, Dr. Mahendra Kumar Gupta, feel honored and lucky to have the opportunity to deliver a vote of thanks on this special day. At first, I would take the opportunity to thank all the guest speakers for sharing their valuable experiences with us. I would like to thank our director, sir, for sharing his expertise and knowledge with us. I would also like to thank all the members of the organizing team, teachers and students who have worked hard in organizing this workshop. I'm thankful to all the participants that they have shown very much interest in this workshop. I hope that their expectations from this workshop will be fulfilled. I would like to request everyone to pay respect to our nation and to all the soldiers who fought fearlessly to earn this freedom. May I request you all to stand up and sing together the national anthem. Please stand up.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा सुगवामी जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
ऐसा है मिस्टर जी बोलिए साहब।
Sir, please.
Hello everyone, we will meet again at 10:30 a.m. for the next lecture by Professor Siddharth Kumar. Thank you everyone.
किसको